at the moment. This is the story of the day. The count is on in what's been billed the most historic election ever in the U.S. Democratic candidate Joe Biden looks to be in the lead. Americans took to the polls yesterday to choose between the incumbent Donald Trump or Joe Biden. We're joined now by Jagruti Dave in Washington, D.C. How's it playing out there, Jagruti?
Hi there. Well, it's going to be a long ride, so we're all strapped in. We're expecting results to continue coming in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin over the next few days. Those results in those crucial battleground states are not going to be declared anytime soon. We're hearing that Donald Trump is looking likely to take Florida, that crucial state, and its 29 electoral college votes. He needed Florida in order to have a pathway to the White House still open for him, and that looks like it is the case. Joe Biden has just been speaking in Wilmington, Delaware, and he is saying words of optimism, calling for his supporters to have patience and that it looks good. He's saying that states like Georgia are still competitive, even though they weren't expecting it. Polls were suggesting states like Georgia were neck and neck. Now, this is clearly a race that is going down to the wire. There was no blue landslide, and clearly there isn't a red wave either. The results at the moment are reflecting the divisiveness that has been prominent in America over the last few years.
Jagruti, I mean, what do you think has happened? And I'm not sure if you've been out there speaking to people, but there was a feeling that Donald Trump had really blown it in the last couple of months. When we look at the results, the fact that he's secured Ohio and almost sort of 100% of the people who secure Ohio make it to the White House. What happened? What changed?
Well, a lot of these states, they were within the margin of error. So it's, polling isn't an exact science, and, there is clearly a feeling, as I say, that there is a feeling of division within the United States, that there is a split in how Americans view themselves, view the kind of country they want to be. And that is what this election seems to be all about. You can see it throughout where when we talk about something like the coronavirus pandemic, you have one side who is heaping criticisms on the president's handling of the coronavirus pandemic, but you also saw his supporters coming out and questioning the lockdowns, questioning shutdowns, and being supportive of the president and his decisions not to wear a mask, for example. How something like mask wearing became so heavily politicized during this campaign. So there is just this feeling that America is a country that is riven down the middle.
All right. We were just looking at some of the figures there. I mean, it seems that Joe Biden only has 11 more electoral college votes. Those are the votes that'll get whoever it is into power next. And I am also hearing that they've both been on Twitter, getting their supporters to go out and vote for them. What has been said? What are the revelations coming from Twitter that we need to know about?
Well, the electoral college votes, we know that both candidates need to pass that magic number, 270 votes. And so it is a long journey ahead. And to get to that, we need to count all of those postal votes that are that have been used by many Americans. Remember, early voting, record numbers of Americans, more than 100 million, have voted. Turnout is supposed to be historic in this election, both in person and by mail, and those postal votes take longer to count than in-person ballots. So, as we were talking about just now, states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, those are the states that that Joe Biden is looking to help him cross that 270 mark. But they are not going to deliver those results until the next few days. And President Trump has been tweeting, claiming without evidence that they are trying to steal the election. He's due to give a speech a bit later on, Joe Biden having spoken a bit earlier. Twitter has slapped a warning label on that tweet by the president, saying that the comments, remarks in this tweet can be disputed. he's casting doubt on those ballots that are received after November the 3rd, after election night. In Pennsylvania, that state is one of several that have been allowed to count postal votes that are received after November the 3rd, and they are allowed to do that. That is partly why it takes a long time. So the contention, the divisiveness is set to continue for the days to come, potentially even into next week, depending on how long these votes count and depending on whether Donald Trump keeps his promise and goes in to litigate on these issues as well.
Yeah, there is that. It's not over yet, is it, Jagruti? Thank you.